Right, welcome back, everybody. It's just gone 6:15 here on this Monday morning. Good to have you with us. Nobuzwe Mbuyisa is Chairperson of Chevron South Africa, has been elected as the 2015 Chairperson of the South African Petroleum Industry Association. She is the second woman to occupy this position within SAPIA. The Chairperson and Vice Chairperson rotate annually. The good news is we've got her in our Cape Town studios. I think it's our Sea Point studios this morning. It's lovely to be with us, and congratulations on your new position.
Thank you, Leanne. Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, I know I see that your background includes being from Chevron. Just tell us a little bit more.
I'm currently the chairman of Chevron South Africa. I've been in that role since 2012. Prior to that, I'd been working at Chevron for about 5 years and had spent some time before Chevron at Unilever and SA Breweries. My background has largely been in supply chain management, but I've moved away from that to more general management at this point.
Taking on a position like this, what does it mean for you?
It's quite an honor. It's also quite a responsibility, but I have lots of role models that have done this ahead of me, and I've been on the board of SAPIA for 2 years now. So I do understand their mandate, I do understand their strategy. But yeah, it is quite an honor for me.
Yeah, most definitely, and we're very happy for you that you're taking on this role. In terms of your vice chairperson, who was appointed the vice chairperson?
Maurice Khadebe was appointed the vice chairperson. He is from Sasol.
All right, okay, good. So it'll be the two of you taking this role on for the year. So let's look at the year ahead of us. And already we're finding that you look at the petroleum industry, and it is very fascinating what's not only here, but globally as well. In terms of some of those pressing issues that you'll be looking at immediately, what are they?
Well, one of the things that we do at SAPIA, our strategy is member-led, and we have quite a lot of consistency from year to year. But as you said, challenges in 1 year may be different from the previous year.
Yeah.
So one of our key challenges, we have 6 strategy areas that we focus on. One of that is security of supply, which is what we think we're about, making sure that the motorists and all the industries have the energy that they need. The second one is around clean fuels, which is an investment that we had planned as an industry to make in 2017, but that has been put on hold. But the work there doesn't stop because it's a big investment for the country, but at the same time we need to have a transitional strategy while we're working towards that. The other area is climate change, which includes areas like carbon tax and emissions control or emission standards. Health and environment are very important in our industry, so it's not something that we can take our eyes off. So health, safety, security, and environment is one of our key strategy areas. And another one which is very important and is actually pressing this year and should be our focus for the industry, that is the area of transformation. As you may know, there's new codes of good practice, broad-based economic empowerment codes that are coming, that we will be measured on starting from this year. So as an industry, we need to make sure that we are ready for that. But also for us, it's about a continued commitment from a commitment that we made back in 2000 when we signed the Liquids Fuel Charter. So it's not a new commitment from us, but it's about being able to interpret that commitment into a measurable effort so that we can hold ourselves accountable, but also we can meet the expectations of the key stakeholders.
Yeah, I know that you have built your reputation, and you built yourself a reputation as being a transformation champion. So I imagine this is something that you really are going to push for in this industry.
Oh yeah, I've been the transformation champion at SAPIA for the past 2 years. And one of the few things that we've worked on has been in the area of skills development. As you know, we are an organization of competitors, so we don't collaborate on everything, but on the areas of key interest and common interest, we do collaborate. and skills development one such area. We have had programs that are focused at women, making sure that we increase the number of women in our industry, not only the engineers that are joining in, but at senior levels, to make sure that our industry is representative of the country that we are operating in. We also have been working quite a lot with the Department of Trade and Industry in terms of our readiness for the new codes. We now, in 2015, need to work even harder with the Department of Energy to ensure that our efforts in transformation are measurable and we are able to implement the new codes.
Let's just end off this interview very quickly with an issue that I think everybody's been following. A lot of motorists are exceptionally happy about that. The price in the decrease in the petrol price. We're sitting with Brent crude more than half than it was just a year ago. However, the price of Brent crude and the low levels that we're seeing it at right now, what are the repercussions for South Africa? And I mean, I know these are big debates that are happening all over the world. The World Economic Forum, I'm sure in the AU, this will be a big discussion as well. Just looking here in South Africa, the impact of the Brent crude price.
Well, the impact of Brent crude price varies depending on whether you're an upstream company or you are largely downstream companies. So in South Africa, we have mostly downstream companies. So I would say that it gives us a positive effect in that one would expect increased demand from the consumers, and it may actually stimulate some industries. And we all know South Africa needs a decent growth in terms of our GDP. So one would hope that the reduction in the fuel price at the pump and to commercial customers may stimulate some economic growth, or at least support economic growth as a minimum. But from a company perspective, we are a margin-based business, so it all depends on the margin, the difference between the crude oil and the price of refined products.
All right, let's leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with this role that you've found yourself in this year. Nobuzwe Mbuyisa is the chairperson of Chevron South Africa as well, and she's also just been elected as the chairperson of SAPIA. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Leah.